We know the strike's going to have an economic impact again. Omar and his team saying as much as $4 billion a day to the U.S. economy. What about the markets? I mean, we got to remember, we do have the markets trading pretty close to all-time highs right now.
Yeah, I think the market's better braced for a huge supply shock because in a modern manufacturing economy, the one thing that's absolutely mandatory are absolutely bulletproof ports of entry and ports of exit. And we've depended upon that. We haven't had a strike since 1977. And now that we have one, a lot of sectors are going to be hit, especially the ones that are in just-in-time inventories. Sectors like chemicals and pharmaceuticals, those are the ones that are going to be hit the most.
You know, let's kind of dig in on that. You're talking about chemicals, pharmaceuticals. Obviously, a lot of manufacturing companies will also be impacted. We had the president and CEO of the National Association of Manufacturers on the show on Friday. I just want to look at some of the estimates for Q4. S&P overall, 13% earnings increase year over year. Materials, 14%. Industrials, 2%. Should we be rethinking any of these estimates based on this disruption? I know it's only the first day, but just the idea of this disruption.
Well, if the history is going to replay itself and we have a 44-day strike, I think we're going to see a big hit on cash flow into these companies, especially the short supply, the just-in-time inventory companies in the fourth quarter. And it'll carry through into the next quarter. But I think for investors that they shouldn't reposition. They should just realize that earnings reports are going to be distorted by these strike activities.
All right, here's the big question. You're going to get the first crack at it, at least today, to answer this question. Is this port strike going to be inflationary? Do we have to worry about inflation reaccelerating because of this disruption and the fact that shipping costs are going to go up? I spoke to a lot of different trade groups for retailers. A lot of them say we're going to see less discounting during the holiday season. And in fact, some retailers may have to actually raise their prices.
It's without a doubt, price is going to go up. And I hate to bring back that old phrase, transitory, but this is the one example where things are transitory. But boy, a prolonged strike would mean a very prolonged period of high prices. So inflation may not go away very quickly if the supply chains get disrupted and we don't have the kind of restoration of supplies that we have now.
You know, Bill, why do you hate to say it? A strike actually would be transitory. It would last for a while, then it would go away, unlike some of the things that we saw before.
Economists have been hit by that word. Economists have been hit by that word transitory because when we mean transitory, it means not permanent, but transitory could be months and even years, as we saw with the global supply chain disruption from COVID. So I hate to use the word transitory, but by definition, a strike produces a transitory rise in prices, but it may last quite a while.